Hey guys, Louie here, and this is a little bit of market discussion to try to determine if the Bitcoin resurgence is having any impact on the price of silver. So I created this little chart here. I thought there would easily be available a dual graph that compared silver to Bitcoin price or even gold to Bitcoin price, but I could not find one, so I created one. And what I have here on the left side of your screen is the price of silver, the date, going from June 2017 all the way through May 2019, the current date, and the price of silver for the midpoint of each of those months, and the price of Bitcoin. Okay, and so let me go over to the chart. Hopefully you can see this. We start at a one-to-one parity, as most comparative charts do, and then we're going to compare what happens to silver, okay, that's the blue line, as Bitcoin rises and falls. All right, that is the orange line. And during this period, Bitcoin had been as low as 2,400, that's the beginning point. At that time, silver was 1656. That is the 100% beginning point of both. And as they progressed, Bitcoin went from 2,000 upwards of 13,000. And I believe this is because it's marked at the midpoint of the month. This peak here probably went all the way up to 20, but this chart is not capturing it because it's averaging the month, and I imagine it went up and down from 20 so fast. Maybe 13,000 was the average or the midpoint. So let's just go with that for the moment. I don't think it will change the analysis. But Bitcoin had that huge run-up, right? Everybody made a bunch of money, and then it had the long descent. The bottom of the Bitcoin price, let's see, what most recently, let's see, if we start at 13,000, the most recent bottom was about 3,500 in January, right? That's right around there. And in January, silver was $16.16. That's right around there. So I had been speculating that the bottom might be falling out of silver because of the run up in Bitcoin, and it appears to still be pretty strong on an uptrend, definitely. So I went back to find out what happened the last time Bitcoin rallied, and we all speculated that silver was in the doldrums somewhat because of that rally. But from what I see here, that appears to not be true. All right, and I know silver runs, it runs contrary to U.S. interest rates and so forth. The lower the T-bills are paying, the easier it is for people to park money in silver or gold. But just looking at Bitcoin and silver, during this run-up period, tremendous run-up period, the price of silver maybe got knocked down about $1. Let's see. You would think that silver would drop during the rising period, and it really did not. It stayed pretty steady in the 16s and 17s. It wasn't until Bitcoin started to drop, that silver started to drop. And here we have another run-up, okay, in February. Is that when Bitcoin started to go back up? No, let's call it March. Okay, so right around here, Bitcoin started to go back up, and silver, as of March, was 1511, and now it has dropped about $1. So it seems to be a little more true that silver is dropping concurrent with Bitcoin rising at this point, but it was not true during the run-up, the first run-up, which was very dramatic. So I wonder what your thoughts are on that. I'm trying to draw a correlation that if Bitcoin continues to run, perhaps silver is a poor place to park. But from the first run-up, I'm not seeing that. Maybe there are more people participating at this point. But what are your thoughts? Do you think that Bitcoin is drawing people out of the silver market presently, and that's the reason for the drop? Or might it be another reason, perhaps? Um, well, I'm not going to speculate. So, what are your thoughts? And did you think that Bitcoin had an effect on silver prices back here in the first run up to 20 grand? Um, and but apparently did not. And but do you think it's happening now? And could we see lower prices for silver if Bitcoin surpasses 20 and maybe goes up even higher? I used to be a skeptic, but now I'm becoming pretty agnostic on cryptocurrencies, just due to the increasing fiat nature of all currency around the world. Bitcoin does appear to be preferable to currency for many people. And I also suspect that what's going on in China, of course, the Chinese economy is blowing up, and the trade wars and whatnot are definitely impacting them. So could be the Chinese are moving into Bitcoin to the extent that they can. I believe I saw a report that someone thought that was true. Um, of course, we also think that the Chinese will be bulking up on gold, which would be bullish for silver. So your thoughts would be appreciated. And does this chart surprise you? Let me know. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Louie out.